cultural authority is something just given by the public based on perception. And we can change that perception if we change our approach in educating the public as to who we are and what we do.
There's not one thing that really identifies us. I think if we have an identity that forms us as students into our profession, I think that'll give us more focus and it'll help us get to where we want to go.
Well, I think Palmer had to go on record with this. For the sake of our alumni, for the sake of patients out there who are considering chiropractic, for the sake of prospective students.
If we didn't define ourselves, they'd define it for us. They'd define us.
What this project is really about is trying to package and put together the pieces of the identity in a way that those outside of the Palmer community understand who we are.
It is evident that the chiropractic profession to some degree has lost its professional identity. However, Palmer College, the fountainhead of chiropractic, has always provided a solid foundation from which chiropractic could prosper.
This project started at the board level. In fact, this project is largely the inspiration of Dr. Trevor Ireland. And through his leadership and initiation of this project, I think the full community of Palmer has benefited. I don't want this important work on identity to be misconstrued. Palmer College is not in mission drift trying to identify what its mission might be or what its identity is.
We can proudly say that Palmer College has never lost its way.
The chiropractic profession is certainly more complex today than it was years ago. The identity documents that we have meet those challenges of today and of those in the future.
We just realized that we were going to have to seek more collaboration, more input from various groups, and we did. And it went through a number of early phases, bouncing off different focus groups.
Because of all that feedback that we did get, we were able, I think, to craft a set of statements that will have widespread use and popularity and support.
To assure our continued leadership of the profession and to enhance the genetic chiropractic inheritance, Palmer College engaged in a unique process of upgrading all of its guidance documents, including the identity statement, mission, vision, values, practice paradigm, and philosophy statement.
The message and the clarity coming forth in this new document, I think, speaks a lot more to the current generation and the individuals that it will impact now.
I think these are clear statements that represent and are actually affirmations of what Palmer education stands for. The full intent of the Palmer tenets, which we have used for years, has been carried forward and expanded upon, but I like the fact that they're affirmative. It doesn't say so much what we won't do, so much as it affirms what we do.
If you think about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, our forefathers created those documents, but we continue to add and amend them. That's kind of what I see these identity documents, is just an amendment to those documents that we originally had.
The faculty across Star 3 campuses really stepped up and contributed to the early aspects of this document, and how appropriate it is that the early voice of identity for this college begins with the faculty.
Dee Dee, BJ, and Dr. Dave, they did a lot for the profession. They wouldn't want us to be stagnant. They would want us to continue to make it even better than what they had.
I think as a practice paradigm, the identity statement, all of the statements taken together don't change the way we've done things here, but they merely express it in a way that meets the expectations of today's healthcare consumer.
If chiropractic is not about the spine and about subluxations of the spine, what are we? It has to start with that.
Like think it takes us away from being seen only as back pain, neck pain, and headache doctors. I think it's going to open up a lot of doors for folks to come in with other conditions.
Chiropractic has always been very involved with the health of the whole person. So the fact that we are equally concerned with the well-being of the whole patient, I think resonates very well.
And if that becomes a commonly known association with the chiropractor, and especially a Palmer chiropractor, we will have, I think, made inroads in ways we have not in the past.
Community health, bringing that health to a community through serving them, and so that's what I really like is it does give a broad overview of what we're trying to accomplish, what a complete chiropractor would look like when they graduate from Palmer.
One thing that is so important about this document is we lead by example. By taking that initiative and pushing forward, you're helping the whole profession push forward.
Palmer is a trusted leader in chiropractic education.
There's a reason that Palmer has had such huge impact in the profession. In fact, I would challenge you to find any training institution that has had such an influence on a profession as Palmer has.
I have great hopes that having a document like this will help collaboration with other healthcare providers, because at the end of the day, it's not about us, it's about the patient. If they're unsure about what exactly we do, or even in our own profession, if we're unsure about what exactly we do, at least we have it here, it's black and white.
Clearly, we're hoping that this generates a larger effort for the profession to have a unified effort on identity. Right now, we're claiming it for Palmer. But in the back of our minds, this is an indirect message thinking this has another dimension of helping the profession.
We've come up with a document that has the potential to bring us all together. The extremes in our profession, we appeal to the mainstream, and within that mainstream, we want to also appeal to the scientific and academic community, that we can give a message to a legislator, an attorney, a medical doctor. Anybody who's out there can get a feel for what we're about.
In the strong tradition of the Palmer family, Vicki Palmer provided essential leadership and guidance to this project, and we thank her for all that she has done.
Ever since the founding of chiropractic by my great-grandfather, D.D. Palmer, Palmer College has had the distinct role as leader in this profession. I think my father summed it up quite well with his statement, "Palmer is to chiropractic what Sterling is to silver," and we continue that tradition today.
It is our hope and belief that the action taken today, June the 8th, 2012, will be the catalyst that propels us into a positive future, a future that leads us into integration into the mainstream healthcare delivery system as equal partners with our identity intact.
We have something special here at Palmer, and we're excited to clearly communicate it to the world.